Nigerian Senate has called for the suspension of automated teller machines, bank charges, and directed banks to reconfigure their systems to allow 40,000 naira per withdrawal. The Red Chamber during Wednesday plenary asked its Committee on Banking Insurance and all the financial institutions to conduct an investigation into the propriety or otherwise of the ATM card maintenance charges in comparison with international best practices. The Senate's resolution was sequel to a motion moved by Senator Olugbenga Ashafa, representing Lagos East, who in the body of the motion noted that card users are charged 65 naira per withdrawal from ATMs after third monthly withdrawal from an ATM outside that of the domicile bank of the said ATM users. Senator Ashafa further alleged that most banks have deliberately manipulated their ATM machines not to dispense more than 10,000 naira per withdrawal in some case. This, he said, it is to attract more bank charges from customers who are forced to carry out more transactions due to the manipulated machines.
Worried that most banks have deliberately manipulated their ATM machines not to dispense more than 10,000 per withdrawal in some cases, and in most cases not more than 20,000 per withdrawal at the ATM. Further worried that this is a deliberate ploy to manipulate the ATM machines, which are ordinarily manufactured to dispense as much as 40,000 per transaction, in order to attract more bank charges from customers who are forced to carry out more transactions due to the manipulated machines. Worried that it appears the CBN is becoming insensitive to the plight of Nigerians who are already complaining of excessive charges by commercial banks. If the CBN is trying to encourage a cashless Nigeria, why should they be making it more difficult and expensive for Nigerians to do transactions?
Contributing to the debate on the motion, Lagos West Senator Adiola Solomon also frowned at the culture of excess and arbitrary bank charges and urged the Senate to urgently wade in the big stick on Nigerian banks.
All these are not steps in the right direction. And I must say this, Mr. President, all that has been analyzed in this motion is nothing but the true position of things. How can we imagine the movement of cash between central bank and the banks to the ATM? The charges are borne by the users of this ATM. How do we explain this? Mr. President, distinguished colleague, position as maintained by Senator Bola Hundada that because of the frequency of transactions, that is why these charges are like this. It's not a true position of things. Because once you slot in your ATM card and you withdraw 10,000 naira, if you request for your bank statement, immediately the charges will reflect. It's automatic. And as such, you are the one burning the charges. And what we are saying is that we should stop ripping Nigeria off their hard-earned money.
So I think this very motion is very important, and we must ensure that we get to the root of this matter, find out what are the basis of these charges, and is it possible for this thing to be streamlined, and as much as possible reduce to the barest minimum. The issue of bank charges is no more fashionable all over the world, yet we have been anachronistic in the way we practice our banking system here. So we must be able to behave like others. People should be encouraged to come and even take loans and advances from banks, which is what they do in most places. You wake up in the morning, you see letters from the banks asking you to come and take facilities. But here, the little one you have in the bank is being taken away from you. So that is not a system that should be encouraged.
To this end, the Senate resolved to invite the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to appear before the committee in order to end the practice of vague, unjust and arbitrary bank charges.
Prayer 1, direct the committees on banking, insurance and other financial institutions and finance to conduct an investigation into the propriety of ATM card maintenance charges in comparison with international best practices and report back to the Senate. Those in favor of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. There is a prayer 2, mandate the Committee on Banking, Banking, Insurance and other financial institutions, finance, to invite the Governor of Central Bank to appear before the committee in order to explain why the official charges as approved by CBN are skewed in favor of the banking institution as against the ordinary customers of the banks. Those in favor of prayer to say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The Senate also enjoined the Consumer Protection Council, CPC, to look into the various complaints of excessive and unnecessary charges by banks in the country.